Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to week 3 in English 107. This week, we're going to be exploring rubrics, and this is going to help you be a better student in general, because it's going to help you not only navigate how to successfully complete your assignments, but also how to interpret feedback when you receive it from your instructors. So let's take a look at what is going on this week. All right, let's go to the class first, and then we'll take a look at the sample. All right, so Unit 3's overview, of course, the title of this week is ideas, which are always great. And we're going to be looking at some skills that are going to help you understand how to complete your work and also how to interpret your feedback, as I mentioned. So as usual, of course, you will want to take things in the order in which they come. So the first item is to go through the readings and resources. You will have, as usual, a takeaway quote, just always inspirational. And then we've got quite a few things to read this week. First is a chapter on the writing process. Second is 3 chapters that are talking about active reading. One of the biggest things that helps you become a better writer is becoming a better reader. So we'll focus on active reading and how to interpret things that you are reading in chapters 1 through 3 of Gamel's text. And then we have an article by Jay called "It's Never Too Late to Learn Skills to Help You Succeed," which is true and good. And then finally, learn new skills to beat redundancy. And of course, both of those kind of go more into workplace type issues rather than school issues, but of course, they are also, you know, relevant to both. You are going to be using the APA template this week, which I already showed you last week, and I am going to be giving you a sample again this week. So you will be able to use that or the template here. There is a video about writing prompt deconstruction, as well as a few other videos for you to watch before you tackle the graded assignment. So make sure that you do all the readings and view all the videos, and then you can get into this week's work products. There is an interactive, and I haven't heard anything this week about the interactive is not working. So hopefully it's in good shape this week. If for some reason there is an issue with it, please do let the school know. But usually they'll fix it and it'll be available fairly shortly. So they usually uncover that pretty quickly at the beginning of the week. So this week, you do not have a discussion board. You have a journal and then the formal writing assignment. So the first thing, of course, is the journal. And this is going to be a recurring type of assignment. We've talked about it before. You've had one in Unit 1. The journal, unlike the discussion board, is private. I'm the only person who can read your journal entries. And they're not meant to be kind of a right and wrong type answer. It's really just meant for you to reflect on what you're learning and to think about the questions that are posed. You always want to have at least 6 sentences. This is something that I did mention in some of the feedback in Unit 1 because we had some shorter journals. You do always want to fully develop your ideas, and that's going to mean writing more, not less. Okay, so keep that in mind as you go through the journal entry. The questions this week have to do with audience purpose and tone, which you have learned about in the readings and resources. So again, it's very important to do the readings and resources before tackling the graded assignments. So in this journal, you're going to think about and talk about, do you ever think about audience purpose and tone when at your job or at home? What is confusing you about audience purpose and tone? And what is importance about audience purpose and tone? So those concepts are all things that we talk about specifically with writing, but it applies to speaking as well, public speaking, anything where you're communicating with people. You have a direct audience, you have a specific audience. Your writing or your message typically has a specific purpose. And you definitely have tone when you write or you speak. I'm sure that, like me, when you were younger, you may have been told by your mom once or twice that you shouldn't take that tone with her. Tone is, of course, a lot easier to grasp when someone is speaking as opposed to having it be in writing. But even pieces of writing have a particular tone. And so those are the things that you're going to think about and write about in the journal this week. And then, of course, in the formal writing assignment, you're going to create another APA document. This one does not have a source other than you're going to be looking at the rubric for this assignment. So you don't have to have a specific reference page on this one. It'll just be the title page, and then your paragraph will occur on page 2. So it will be very much like the one that we did last week. So let's take a look at the full writing assignment. In this writing activity, you will create a short paragraph that focuses on specific questions related to using rubrics. Throughout this class and your time at Post, rubrics will be used to explain the important requirements of assignments. By using active reading strategies, reviewing and deconstructing rubrics, you can gain clarity of what is being asked of you when completing an assignment. So again, rubric is something you want to look at before you start writing. It's something you want to look at while you're writing, and it's something you want to look at before you turn something in. It is also something that you want to examine when you get it back with a grade. So the instructions: take a close look at the rubric provided for this assignment, and they're always at the bottom of the document. Write a paragraph, at least 6 sentences, there's that magic number again, about the most important elements of this specific rubric. And then you want to answer these particular questions. What stood out to you as you read through the rubric? What was confusing about the rubric? And what would you grade yourself based on the rubric? So the rubric, of course, is down below, paragraph length, and then the 3 questions, and whether or not you have included the title page for the APA formatting. Okay, so very straightforward. You always want to aim for the highest category, of course. So if you look at something as simple as the paragraph length, it's really easy. If you didn't write 6 sentences, you will not get all 15 of those points. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the rest of the rubric because that's part of your assignment, but take a look, make sure that you are aiming high. And most of the categories are worth 15. Just the grammar and punctuation is 10 at the end. So there is a look at that rubric. Remember, you are going to create an APA document. So this is what it will look like. Again, I'm going to share this document, this specific document with you so you can utilize it. We can go ahead and change the date. I didn't do that yet. So the 10th is Sunday. All right. So let's go ahead and change this so you don't even have to update that. I don't know why my computer doesn't want to cooperate today. Anyway, so on the title page, of course, you have a title, you have your full name, English Department Post University, English 107, The Power of Words, my name because I'm your instructor, and the date that it is due or that you are turning it in. And then on the second paragraph or the second page, you have the paragraph. So using rubrics, again, you repeat the title at the top of page 2. Notice that it is double spaced. Your paragraph will begin here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, at least 6 sentences, answer all the questions. Easy peasy. Notice there is not a reference page on this one because you don't have to have one. We're not using a source. All right. So those are your marching orders for this week. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out. Don't forget that we will have another workshop tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening, at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're able to join us, that's awesome. If not, of course, those are recorded, and I will share the recording with you the following day. So you can always get the benefit of those even if you're not able to attend live. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good week 3, and I will see you either tomorrow night or next week for our walkthrough of week 4. Take care, everybody.